Bride of Chucky wasn't just a comeback. It was a full-blown transformation mixing romance and sarcasm until the franchise felt brand new again. Rain-slicked highways, a stolen hearse, and motel rooms lit like a crime scene wedding built the world around two plastic maniacs in love. But behind the witty dialogue and slick kills, the film nearly got banned overseas. Multiple endings were scrapped, and the dolls themselves kept breaking mid-shoot. These are 15 creepiest facts about Bride of Chucky. And hidden in it, there was an alternate ending where Chucky and Tiffany were displayed like trophies in a serial killer museum. Number 1. The recycled opening that accidentally created a horror universe. The movie opens with a police evidence locker packed with horror history. Jason's hockey mask, Freddy's glove, Michael Myers' mask, and even a chainsaw that looks a lot like Leatherface's. It's one of the most iconic openings in 90s horror, but the idea wasn't new. Writer Don Mancini first came up with it years earlier for Child's Play 2, but the studio cut it. He saved it and brought it back for Bride of Chucky, where director Ronny Yu finally made it work the way he wanted. Fast, bold, and full of Easter eggs. What's crazy is most of those props weren't studio originals at all. They were quick replicas made by the crew using leftover materials. But that one short shot did more than decorate a locker. It accidentally created a shared horror universe and set the tone for the wild, self-aware ride that followed. Number 2. The deleted ending that turned Chucky into a museum exhibit. One version of Bride of Chucky ended very differently. After the final battle, there was supposed to be a darkly funny epilogue set in Niagara Falls inside a serial killer museum. Behind glass displays were the mangled remains of Chucky and Tiffany, turned into literal exhibits for tourists to gawk at. It was meant to be a full-circle joke, two fame-hungry killers finally getting their wish by becoming pop culture artifacts. The ending was filmed in storyboards but scrapped before shooting, mainly because of budget and tone. Universal thought it was too bleak even for Chucky. Fans later called it the perfect meta ending, a twisted wink at how horror icons become collectibles after every sequel. Number 3. The doll romance scene was completely improvised. That infamous scene where Chucky and Tiffany get intimate in the motel wasn't carefully written, it was pure improv. Jennifer Tilly and Brad Dourif came up with the lines on the spot, including Tiffany's joke about a rubber. The crew could barely stop laughing behind the camera, but it stayed in because it fit the film's tone. Part horror, part outrageous dark comedy. Even Universal didn't expect the scene to become so iconic, but audiences went wild for it. The tagline "Chucky gets lucky" came directly from that improv session. It's funny now, but back then, the studio worried it might go too far and upset censors. Instead, it became one of the boldest and most memorable moments in the whole franchise. Number 4. Chucky was supposed to possess the main character. In an early script draft, Chucky actually wins. Instead of being defeated, he successfully transfers his soul into Jesse, the young man played by Nick Stabile. The movie would have ended with Jesse smirking in the mirror, hinting that Chucky now lived inside him. It was a shocking twist that would have flipped the entire franchise. But writer Don Mancini later revealed they scrapped it because it shifted focus away from the dolls and made the ending too downbeat. Tiffany's betrayal, which became the real ending, tested better with audiences and gave the movie a more memorable showdown. Still, that scrapped version shows how wild the writing process got. At one point, they were seriously considering letting Chucky escape the plastic and walk among us. Number 5. Sometimes Chucky was played by a real person in a suit. Not every Chucky you see on screen is a puppet. For certain wide shots, especially when the dolls are walking, fighting, or driving, the production used a small actor in a full Chucky costume to make the motion look more natural. Those scenes were filmed on carefully scaled sets to make everything else look huge around them. You can spot it during quick motion shots or when the camera pulls back. If the body language looks a little too human, that's because it is. It's an old trick that dates back to Child's Play 2, but was refined here with better lighting and editing. The switch between puppet and human performer was so seamless that most audiences never noticed. Number 6. A hidden tribute to Pinhead from Hellraiser. There's a moment when a police officer gets a face full of nails, and horror fans instantly recognized it. That kill is a direct nod to Hellraiser's Pinhead. The gag doesn't stop there. Chucky even jokes, "Why does that look so familiar?" It's one of the movie's funniest self-aware moments, showing how Bride of Chucky fully embraced its meta-horror tone. Director Ronny Yu confirmed it was meant as a wink to fans who grew up renting both franchises on VHS. The effect team built a custom rig to safely launch small spring-loaded nails into the dummy's face, while a second puppet delivered the punchline. It's quick, gory, and perfectly timed, the kind of visual joke that rewards horror fans who know their icons. Number 7. A real wardrobe slip was accidentally left in the movie. During one of Tiffany's early scenes as a human right before she becomes the doll, there's a blink and you'll miss it wardrobe slip that wasn't planned. The camera caught more than intended when she leans over during her romantic moment with Chucky's remains. The crew spotted it later in editing but decided to keep it in because it fit the movie's wild grindhouse tone. Jennifer Tilly laughed it off and even joked in interviews that it made the scene more authentic. Universal didn't push back since the film was already rated for adults. That kind of chaos is what made Bride of Chucky feel raw. Nothing about it was too polished or sanitized. Number 8. Chucky once appeared live on a wrestling show. To promote the movie, Universal pulled one of the strangest stunts in horror marketing history. Chucky showed up live on WCW Monday Nitro, interrupting an interview between wrestlers to trash talk them and plug Bride of Chucky. It was fully in character, sarcastic, loud, and full of insults. The segment aired on national television in front of millions of viewers who had no idea what was coming. Fans still remember it as one of the weirdest crossovers ever. A killer doll cutting a wrestling promo. But it worked. The next week, ticket sales jumped. It proved that Chucky wasn't just a movie villain anymore. He was a full-blown pop culture personality who could hold his own next to real wrestlers. Number 9. It took 9 different Chucky dolls to film this movie. Every single movement you see from Chucky, blinking, walking, talking, came from a different doll. The crew used 9 separate animatronic versions, each designed for a specific purpose. One doll handled close-ups, another was used just for facial expressions, and others were built for stunts or wide shots. Each required up to 6 puppeteers operating him by remote controls and cables at the same time. One person handled the eyes, another controlled the mouth, another the arms, all perfectly in sync. It took months of coordination just to make the dolls feel alive. The result is what makes Bride of Chucky still hold up today, even in an age of CGI. Number 10. The bathtub kill was recycled from the original Child's Play script. The scene where Chucky throws a television into the bathtub to electrocute Tiffany is one of the movie's most memorable kills, but it's not new. That idea was originally written for the very first Child's Play back in the late 80s. In that early draft, a babysitter was supposed to die the same way, but the scene was cut for pacing reasons. When Don Mancini revisited old notes for Bride of Chucky, he found the unused kill and decided to bring it back, only this time as poetic payback between lovers. The mix of sparks, smoke, and black comedy makes it feel classic and fresh at the same time. Number 11. The crew accidentally set Chucky on fire for real. During one of the fiery stunt scenes, the special effects team got more heat than they bargained for. The crew used a full-body Chucky puppet rigged with small gas lines to simulate flames safely for the camera. But one take went wrong. The fire spread faster than expected, and the doll's face started melting before anyone yelled "cut." Everyone panicked for a second because it wasn't supposed to burn that long. The smell of melted latex filled the set, and the puppet was completely ruined. Luckily, no one got hurt, and they ended up using a few frames of that real burn in the final cut because it looked too good to waste. Number 12. Real-world panic almost got the movie banned. When Bride of Chucky hit theaters, it didn't just shock audiences, it shocked the authorities. In the UK, a city council in Leeds actually tried to block the movie from showing, arguing it could influence violent behavior. They demanded to preview it before approving screenings. The controversy came from older tabloid rumors blaming Child's Play 3 for a real-life crime, so officials were paranoid that Chucky's return would spark another outcry. Universal fought back, and the film was eventually cleared to play, but the headlines only made it more famous. Fans who read about the banned Chucky movie rushed to see what the fuss was about. The result? More tickets sold, and more proof that nothing kills a horror icon faster than censorship. Number 13. The Chucky and Tiffany music album that never happened. Here's something few fans know. Universal once discussed releasing a Chucky and Tiffany duet album to promote the film. The idea was to have the two characters sing covers of classic songs, in character between threats and banter. Think Chucky growling through Born to be Wild or Tiffany purring out I Got You Babe. It sounds insane, but in the late 90s, movie marketing often went all in on stunts like that. There were even early mock-ups of album art and potential radio promos. In the end, the studio dropped the idea because of rights issues and tone concerns. They didn't want the film to feel like a parody. Number 14. The casting almost looked completely different. Before Katherine Heigl was cast as Jade, the studio actually wanted Julia Stiles for the role. She even signed on at one point, but dropped out to film 10 Things I Hate About You. That single change shifted the whole tone of the young couple's storyline. On the Tiffany side, Gina Gershon, who starred with Jennifer Tilly in Bound, was also considered, but director Ronny Yu fought to keep Tilly. Her voice, humor, and chemistry with Brad Dourif made the character unforgettable. In fact, Tiffany became so popular, she nearly overshadowed Chucky himself in later sequels. It's rare for a franchise to introduce a brand new character in its fourth film and have her steal the spotlight, but Bride of Chucky pulled it off, and it all started with one perfect casting choice that almost didn't happen. Number 15, the sequel that completely rewired the franchise. Dropping Child's Play from the title was a risky move, but it saved the series. Bride of Chucky marked a total reinvention. Instead of straight horror, it blended dark comedy, romance, and over-the-top kills. Director Ronny Yu brought a flashy music video energy, and Jennifer Tilly turned Tiffany into an instant cult icon. Fans who had drifted away from the franchise came back, and new viewers discovered it for the first time. That mix of humor and horror later inspired Seed of Chucky and even the modern Chucky TV series. The movie proved that sometimes you have to break your own rules to stay alive. It wasn't just another sequel. It was the reason Chucky still matters today. Bride of Chucky proved that horror doesn't have to stay serious to stay scary. It turned a burned-out slasher series into something bold, funny, and strangely romantic. The crew mixed practical puppets, improv comedy, and rock video style to breathe new life into a killer doll that had already terrified audiences for a decade. What started as a gamble became a total revival, sparking sequels, merchandise, and even a hit TV series years later. From its scrapped endings to the banned rumors and that wild wrestling promo, this movie showed that Chucky could survive anything, even his own reputation. It's the moment the franchise stopped hiding in the shadows and started having fun with them. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these facts, don't forget to like, drop a comment with your favorite moment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the creepiest movies ever made.